In today's program, we are revealing to you online education secrets, 30 advantages of using online courses to get ahead, get promoted, and improve your skills, whether it is for training and development, CPE goals, executive education, or an online bachelor's or master's degree. The online classroom has become a good preparation for a changing workforce. Honing your technology skills is an excellent side benefit to web based education. As technology advances in the global marketplace, so does the distribution of workforces and workplaces. Whether you are working with someone in the next cubicle or in a faraway continent, becoming clever with technology for messaging, collaborating, aggregating, voice reporting, and video conferencing can be a valuable experience for your performance and promotion prospects. Massive strides in technology have made a college education more accessible than ever. No matter where you live, the whole educational world nowadays can be yours as long as you have a computer and, of course, internet access. In the last 15 years, highly prestigious Ivy League schools such as Stanford, Harvard, and MIT have been offering full non-credit courses of study online for free through what they call MOOCs, shorthand for Massive Open Online Course. MOOCs generally have the same professors and the same study material you would get if you were attending the university in person. The good news is online learning is getting a good reputation. Not only do academic leaders believe that online education offerings are just as good, if not better, than classroom based educational offerings, more hiring managers are seeing the value in online degrees as long as they come from properly accredited institutions. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous today. And if you are doing as marvelous as I'm doing, I want you to go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today I want to talk about the online education secrets, right? Before I get into the nitty gritty here, I want to give a shout out to Maya Rose in Bentonville, Arkansas, Charles Austin in Rogers, Arkansas, and Georgina Porter in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Now, here is the number one benefits. Online degrees do impress employers. And this is something that's very important. I mean, contrary to popular belief, employers do actually enjoy seeing an applicant who has obtained an online degree while pursuing a full-time or a part-time job. All right, so that shows a lot of dedication from the applicants, and recruiters love that. Benefit number two, the variety of programs and courses, right? I mean, when you take an online course, if you take an online major, you have access to a wide array of programs and courses, something that is not always possible if you attend a physical university, right? So this is very important. So, no matter what students study, from nursing to neuroscience, they can find the courses or programs they need online. Benefits number three for online education, lower total cost, right? Those programs, web-based education has proven a more affordable option than traditional colleges, right? Now, one thing I just want to give a caveat though, that not all online degrees offer less expensive net tuition prices. However, you don't have things like commuting costs, things like textbooks. Those are not really in the equation when it comes to online education, right? Benefit number four, you operate in a more comfortable learning environment, right? So you can basically learn in the comfort of your house or your living room or whatever. So you're able to operate more differently from students who go to a traditional classroom, right? So you have the opportunity to plan study time around the rest of the day instead of the other way around, right? You can study and work at your convenience. This is very important, and this is the number 5 benefits here: convenience and flexibility. All right, so convenience and flexibility is also very important. Now let's move on to number 6. Number 6, you have more interactions with you have more interactions and greater ability to concentrate, right? So you are able to interact with your professors more, and you can concentrate easily. So that's benefits number 6. Benefits number 7, career advancement. Now, if you take an online course or an online field, an online degree for that matter, you can complete the entire degree while working, while in between jobs, or while taking time to raise a family, right? So and while doing this sort of degree, while pursuing that degree, you can use that academic work to explain any discontinuity or gaps in the resume, right? So career advancement is very important. Number 8, you can continue in your profession. So even if someone wants to complete a degree, you don't have to leave your current job. This sort of goes, it really harks back to the earlier benefit I mentioned, but you don't have to leave your current job. All right. So, and the thing here is that increasing college cost compels some students to continue working while in school. But if you are able to take a class, an online class or an online degree that is very cheap, you don't have to quit work to pursue that degree. That's very important. Benefits number 9, avoid commuting, right? So if you pursue an online education on an online education path, you don't have to commute. And this is very important, specifically during snowstorms and thunderstorms or any kind of weather events. A lot of colleges may cancel classes to avoid putting commuting students at risk of dangerous driving conditions, right? So rather than miss important class sessions, if you're taking an online course, you can always, quote unquote, attend, right? You can log in by participating in discussion boards, chat sessions, forums, you name it, right? You can still turn in your homework on time. You can watch lectures. You can read study materials. So, and the thing here is that, so you have a substantial savings on the commute, right? But there's even better. You can also find significant savings on fuel costs, right? So if you're not commuting, you're saving money on fuel costs. All right. Benefits number 10, you can improve your technical skills. Think about it. If you are able to complete an entire educational course, an entire degree online, you must have a lot of computer skills, right? I'm talking about things like LMS, learning management systems. You are able to work with Word documents, with PowerPoint, with Excel, and even more depending on the field of study. So you're able to, and those skills that you have, those technology skills you have acquired while pursuing your education, your web-based education, you can parlay those skills into many professions, right? I'm talking about when it comes to creating or sharing documents, when it comes to incorporating audio and video materials into assignments or into presentations, completing online training sessions. So all of those things are able to, you can parlay those capabilities in the job market. Now, some schools even want you to use laptops or an iPad. So, just by taking those courses, you're able to increase your skills ASAP. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still continuing our conversation today. We're talking about 30 benefits of online education, and I've given you 10 so far. I'm going to move on to number 11, but before I do so, I want to quickly give a shout out to Georgia Marsh, one of our talented supporters out in California. So Georgia Marsh hails from San Diego, California. Scott Brown from Santa Barbara, California, of course. And Jessica Harris from Santa Rosa, California. So Jessica, Scott, and Georgia, thank you so much all the way from California. Really appreciate it. And if you happen to follow us, and if you happen to jump into today's show, please consider liking this content if you believe we are adding value to your life. Subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell so you are kept aware whenever we drop a new jam like this one please share this content. Comment below. Give us your experience about online education and anything related to web-based education. We want to learn as much from you as we are giving you. Now, number 11, transfer credits. So if you're a college student and you want to attend summer classes, but you live too far from your college, or you work summer jobs, it's good. It's good to take online classes, because you can basically take an online class, and in the fall, when regular classes start, you can transfer credits to that regular university. So that's pretty good. Benefits number 12. Traditional colleges are not made for adults. Now, the thing here is that if you attend a traditional college and you have to say, if you work and classes starts, evening classes that is, starts at 7 p.m. Think about it. You get up from work at 6. God forbid if you have to commute from your job to your school. By the time you get to the school, it's probably 7 to 7:30. If you have children, it just becomes very convoluted and complicated. So it's very difficult to go to a traditional school if you're an adult. If you are working, if you have responsibilities, it's tough. Something that an online class does not have, and that's a great benefit. All right, so that's for number 12. Number 13. Now, number 13, the thing here is that an online class, research has shown that the dropout rate for online classes is very low compared to traditional colleges. Maybe because the student profile, the student base for online courses, or maybe that profile is more mature, quote unquote mature, more responsible, more adult, if you will. So those students are more committed to completing their degrees. This could be a reason why. Now, number 14, another benefits of online education is that there is no one to impress but you, right? Traditional colleges, when you have the physical interactions of students, people feel like they have to show off. People have to they want to impress classmates, but you don't have that, right? If you are in your pajamas in your living room and just kind of reading your study materials and completing your assignments, you have nobody to impress. So all the distraction that comes with trying to show off, trying to show who you're not, trying to show a facet of your life, that's just absent from the online space. So that's really great. Number 15, and this sort of harks back to what I said earlier, the graduation rates of web-based education or web-based students is higher, way higher than the one you see in the traditional colleges. Again, this goes back to the age, the profile of students who take online education as a path, right? So that's number 15. Number 16, online education is a streamlined education. What that means is that you have everything is categorized, everything is properly sorted out. You basically have the concentration, the area of concentration. You have a curriculum advisor who is dedicated to you, and he or she can ask any questions you need, which is not always the case in a regular traditional education at a regular university or college. So this streamlined education is a key benefit when it comes to web-based education. Number 17, and I think I spoke partially earlier about that. This is the benefits here is that you're not spending a lot of money on gas. So your fuel costs are inexistent. So no more long commuting at today's crazy gas prices, right? And again, this may not sound as it may not sound as a big benefits, but if you live in an area like in a big city, San Francisco or New York, where you have to commute, and after live and work, and by the time you get to school, it's already late. And I'm not even talking about the trip back home, right? So you are saving tons of money on gas and time Benefits number 17. Now, benefits number 18. Online classroom modules organize everything. And this is very important. Earlier, I was talking about the fact that you have an a personalized curriculum advisor. Now you have modules that are organized, right? So you're able to, again, for instance, let's say you're taking accounting, you want to pursue an accounting degree, right? You can folders are categorized by, for instance, here, you can categorize things by financial statement, financial reporting, bookkeeping. So everything is really organized, right? So you can access things very clearly and rapidly, which is not always the case if you're taking a traditional degree. If you're pursuing a traditional degree, you don't have access to all the topics beyond the course you're taking, because everything is in the books, right? When you start going to school at the beginning of the semester, they hand you a curriculum, they hand you a synopsis of the class with the topics, things that you have to discuss, and that's all you have. But if you take if you go to an online platform, you have access to not only the current course you're taking, but also other courses, because everything is categorized. So that's a great benefit when it comes to online classroom modules. All right, number 19. Number 19. Online education is affordable across the board. Now, I'm not talking about only tuition, because again, as I said earlier, some online education institutions offer a pretty steep tuition cost as well. However, you're saving a lot of money when it comes to books. You are saving a lot of money when it comes to things like commuting, when it comes to things like food, right? You don't have to eat on campus. You can actually eat at home in the comfort of your house. So those things are very important, and they all add up. Benefit number 20, you have an actual support staff, right? So you have a peer advisor. You have someone who follows up. You have someone you can actually reach out to. You have someone who can tell you how you're doing if you have questions. And they are very responsive. And if you compare that to a traditional college or university, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to have a dedicated support staff member. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still talking here about the 30 benefits to online education, and this is very important. And I want to quickly give a shout out to London French in Colorado Springs. That's a beautiful state of Colorado. Nicholas Guy in Denver, of course, in Colorado, and Delia Vaughn in Fort Collins, in the beautiful state of Colorado. Benefit number 21, no distractions in online college education, right? We spoke about that earlier. You don't have to impress anybody. There's no distraction. You just get back home. You open your computer. You're able to work, read the study material. You can complete all the assignments and submit, and it's more productive, right? You actually evolved in a more productive environment. So no distractions in online college education. Number 22, you can attend online classes anytime, right? You want to study at 2 a.m. on Saturday? Why not? You want to participate in the chat rooms, or you want to participate in a conversation on Sunday at 3 in the afternoon? Why not? So this is really important. That flexibility in timing, it's great. Number 23, say goodbye to textbooks, right? So we talked about it earlier. The complete absence of textbooks in online education is it's very appealing to millions of students across the world. So this is great. Number 24, you can cultivate relationships around education. So folks who are attending the same online class as you can actually cultivate bonds with them and parlay those bonds in offline interaction. So you can actually meet and discuss. Again, the profile of the online students is someone who is more serious and more mature. than what you currently have in a traditional university. So you can build long-lasting friendships, long-lasting connections around online-based educations. Number 25, another benefit here is that of online education is that technology matters, right? Technology matters because you're able to demonstrate by taking an online class. You demonstrate to your current or future employer that you know how to handle technology. You are very versed into the latest technology. And this is something very important, especially if you work in an area where technology is important. All right. Number 26. At benefits number 26, you can hit the job market faster. Right. So if you want to switch careers, for instance, and you don't have time to basically, study, take some time out, take a sabbatical to pursue a degree, you can actually do both, right? And you can hit the job market faster. You can continue your current job while studying for the field you want to get into. So that's really great. Number 27, benefits. You can learn and graduate at your own speed. Do you want to graduate after 3 years, after 4 years, after 5 years? It's up to you. Do you want to graduate in 1 year? It's up to you, right? So some universities give you some flexibilities in terms of studying. It's also a matter of the input. If you are being performant, if you are studying, if you are accelerating the process, chances are you are going to graduate early, right? Of course, some classes and some curricula have time restrictions. In other words, you have to complete certain courses within a semester or two. But if you're able to show that if you are able to demonstrate proficiency in a particular field, you can graduate faster. Number 28. Number 28. If you are an online student, there is a high probability that you get to know your instructors. And this is something that is not always easy in an offline education setting, right? So what I mean by that is you are able to talk to the person. You can send them an email, and the online based educations, those lecturers tend to be very responsive via email, right, compared to the traditional professors. So you can ask the professor stuff via online, or for some schools, text messages. Lately, we've seen a lot of schools, a lot of programs having WhatsApp groups. So you're able to, once you register for a class, they will add you to the WhatsApp group, so the professors can interact with teachers, with students, and that allows for a greater interaction, right? So the professors are very responsive when it comes to electronic communication, in the context of web-based education, which leads me to the number 9 benefit, number 29, rather. Feedback is faster and more frequent, right? So you're able to make progress faster because your professor is very responsive and is often responsive. That's fantastic. Benefits number 30, and this is the last benefit here. Now, you're able to eat at home, right? Home cooking is always the best. You don't have to eat on campus. I mentioned that partially when I was talking. Basically, you're able to be in your pajama. You're able to be in your kitchen and study in your kitchen and eat your own food or whatever, take in. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is you're saving money on food also. All right. So those are the 30 benefits that you have when you enroll in an online class. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still continuing our conversation today, and I want to quickly give you a recap of the 30 benefits of online education. And I want to quickly give, before I give the 30 benefits, I want to give a shout out to Lauren Gamble in Westport, Connecticut, and Simeon Clements in Bridgeport, beautiful city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Rosalind Bridgeport in New Haven, beautiful city of New Haven, Connecticut. I've lived in the cities over the years, and I have a great attachment to those cities. So Rosalind, Simeon, and Lauren in Connecticut, thank you so much for your support and contribution and feedback. Here's a recap of the 30 benefits. Online degrees do impress employers. There is a variety of programs and courses, lower total cost, more comfortable learning environment, convenience and flexibility, more interaction and greater ability to concentrate, career advancement. You can continue in your profession. You can avoid commuting, improve your technical skills. Transfer credits are allowed. Traditional colleges are made for adults. Traditional colleges allow greater promotion rates. There is no one to impress but you. Online college students tend to graduate. Online college is a streamlined education. No more long commuting at today's gas prices. Online classroom modules organize everything. It is affordable across the board. You have an actual support staff. No distractions in online and web-based education. You can attend online classes anytime. You can say goodbye to textbooks. You can cultivate relationships around education. You can improve your technological skills. You can hit the job market faster. You can learn and graduate at your speed. As a student, you can know your instructor personally. Feedback is faster and more frequent. And number 30th, you can enjoy home cooked meals. Now, here is today's call to action. In every program, we give a call to action at the end of the show, and today's call to action is varied but very specific. Before you pursue an online education course or an online degree, I want you to perform your personal SWOT analysis. Right? SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and you're able to find where you are professionally today before even searching for an online institution. All right? Determine your skill gap, because you can get your skill gap through your weaknesses and the threats in the market. We'll have an entire show around that concept of skill gap. Find out the best way to fill that gap. So you can fill that gap through online education, in-house education if you're currently employed, or offline education. Search for online courses and institutions that match your interests. You want to speak with representatives of each institution. And one thing is very important, folks. Make sure the institution you want to go to, the online university you want to go to, is accredited. All right, very important. And once you do that, choose a course and enroll. That's it, folks. So this is really, I say I have the pro tip for you, but I'll tell you the pro tip right after this. Don't go with it. Here is today's pro tip. Treat an online course like a real course. When it comes to online classes, you must have the discipline to sit down and say, I'm going to work on this. Right? You can choose the time. You can choose how fast you want to complete the course, but treat it as an online course. Put parameters around which you want to study. Put slots. You want to carve out some slots in your agenda where you are just studying. If you do it that way, you will be very successful and very productive. Thank you, and remember to stay marvelous.